Since its debut in 1953, the Chevrolet Corvette has captured the hearts of car lovers everywhere. Known for its stunning looks and powerful performance, the Corvette was designed to compete with the best sports cars in the world, and over the years, it has been doing just that. Join us as we discuss the long history of the Chevrolet Corvette. The idea of a new car started in the early 1950s when Chevrolet was struggling with declining sales. The brand manager back then sought a way to turn things around. And his solution? Commissioning a sports car for General Motors' staple brand. The car debuted at GM's 1953 Motorama show in New York City to an enthusiastic audience, and it turned out to be the Corvette. Though Chevrolet went on to produce 300 of these Corvettes that year, demand was initially lackluster. But from there, the rest is history. The C1 Corvette, produced from 1953 to 1962, was the first generation of Chevrolet's iconic sports car. The Corvette was inspired by models like the Nash Healey and developed through Project Opal. A key figure in its development was Zora Arkus Duntov, known as the father of the Corvette. He joined the team after seeing the Corvette at the Motorama event and contributed significantly to its performance and racing success, including the creation of the Grand Sport program, which aimed to produce a lightweight racing version of the car. The first production Corvette rolled off the line in June 1953 with just 300 units made. Initially, it had a 3.8-liter inline six-cylinder engine producing 150 horsepower and featured a distinctive design with a fiberglass body. Over the years, the Corvette evolved with significant updates. In 1955, it received a powerful 4.3-liter V8 engine, boosting output to 195 horsepower. By 1956, a removable hardtop and new design elements were introduced, and horsepower increased to 240. The 1957 model was notable for optional fuel injection, bringing the power up to 290 horsepower. The 1958 and 1959 models saw aesthetic changes like a new four-headlight design, and by 1960, the Corvette exceeded 10,000 units produced in a year. The 1962 model marked the end of the C1 generation with improvements such as a 5.4-liter engine producing 360 horsepower. Throughout this run, the Corvette established itself as a serious competitor to European sports cars, setting the stage for the next generation, the C2, which would debut in 1963 with a new design and performance upgrades. The C2 generation of the Chevrolet Corvette, known as the Corvette Stingray, spanned from 1963 to 1967. Building on the legacy of the C1 generation, the C2 introduced several design and performance advancements. The design of the C2 Corvette built upon many features from the 1962 model, such as the long nose, compact cabin, and short rear, enhanced by pronounced fenders. A significant change in the C2 was its front-end design, which introduced innovative pop-up headlights, replacing the C1's four round headlights. The grille and bumper designs were also refreshed, and the coupe variant featured a distinctive split rear window, a defining characteristic of the 1963 model. This split window design was exclusive to 1963, making those models highly sought after by collectors. The C2 retained fiberglass body panels but nearly doubled the steel support structure compared to the C1, increasing strength while reducing fiberglass thickness to maintain weight. For the first time, a coupe variant was offered alongside the convertible, showcasing a fastback design. The C2 continued to use hidden quad headlights, a feature that persisted until the C6 generation. The new chassis design improved maneuverability with quicker ball race steering and a shorter wheelbase. Enhanced weight distribution and wider standard 11-inch drum brakes improved performance. Engine options included the 327 cubic inch small block V8 and the powerful 396 and 427 big block V8s reaching up to 435 horsepower. While second generation followed the Stingray, the third generation was patterned after Mako Shark. The C3 Corvette, produced from 1968 to 1982, marked an important chapter in Chevrolet's history, following the legacy of the C2 Stingray. With its bold Coke bottle design and engineering advancements, the C3 sought to stand out in an automotive landscape dominated by muscle cars. Development began during the C2's mid-cycle. However, financial and engineering constraints led to a front-engine design that retained much from the C2, including its chassis and suspension. The C3 debuted in 1968, featuring an aggressive look inspired by the Mako Shark II concept. Available as a coupe or convertible, it offered various engine options, from the 327 to the powerful 427 big blocks. Despite mixed reviews on build quality, the C3 quickly gained popularity. Initial production introduced innovative features like pop-up headlights and hidden wipers. The 1969 model refined the design and added engine options, including the sought-after L88 big block. As sales increased, the C3 gained a strong reputation among enthusiasts. In the early 1970s, minor updates included new engine options like the LT1. However, stringent emission regulations began to affect performance, leading to reduced horsepower ratings by 1972. Despite these challenges, the C3 remained a strong seller. Even after the discontinuation of big block options, sales remained strong, culminating in the production of the 500,000th Corvette in 1977. With the economy recovering, the late 1970s saw the Corvette flourish, highlighted by special editions like the Silver Anniversary model and the Indy 500 pace car. The styling updates and performance enhancements were well received, with 1979 setting a sales record of 53,807 units produced. As the C3 approached its end, production moved to Bowling Green, Kentucky, improving build quality. The final model year, 1982, introduced fuel injection, offering a glimpse of the C4's future. The Chevrolet Corvette C4, produced from 1984 to 1996, marked a major evolution in Corvette's lineage. This generation introduced a new chassis and used molded plastic for body panels and bumpers, moving away from traditional fiberglass. It featured a streamlined design, the return of the convertible, and a uniframe structure for improved rigidity. The initial model, powered by the L83 V8 engine with 205 horsepower, sold 51,547 units. Throughout the C4's run, Corvette introduced anti-lock brakes, digital displays, and the LT1 V8 engine in 1992, boosting performance and comfort. The final 1996 models with LT4 engine options included the Grand Sport and Collector's Edition, marking the end of the C4 era. Blending technology and performance, the C4 set the stage for future Corvette generations and remains a beloved collectible. The C5 Corvette was a complete redesign introduced after sales of the previous generation began to fall. Although production began in 1996, quality and manufacturing challenges delayed its release until 1997. The C5 remained in production until 2004, bringing new design concepts and manufacturing innovations that influenced both the C6 and C7 models. This generation introduced the popular Z06 variant, which featured a sleeker look and improved aerodynamics to enhance its performance. With a top speed of 176 miles per hour, 283 kilometers per hour, the C5 was widely recognized by automotive critics as a significant improvement over the C4, offering enhanced performance in nearly every aspect. For the sixth generation of Corvette, which started in 2005 and ended in 2013, GM aimed to refine the C5 rather than undertake a full redesign. This generation is better described as an evolution of the C5. The C6 featured a longer wheelbase with shorter body overhangs compared to the C5. Fixed headlights replaced the retractable style last seen in 1962, and the interior was upgraded. Despite a low 0.28 drag coefficient and light curb weight, the C6 Corvette didn't match the C5's fuel economy, achieving 16 and 26 miles per gallon. However, like all Corvettes with manual transmissions since 1989, it featured computer-aided gear selection CAGS, which required shifting from first to fourth gear under low speed, low throttle conditions to boost efficiency and avoid the gas guzzler tax. The C6 took a more aggressive approach to its design. It included powerful versions like the Z06 and the ZR1. The ZR1 was particularly impressive, boasting an incredible 638 horsepower. This generation focused on blending performance with an eye-catching look, attracting even more fans to the Corvette lineup. Development of the 7th generation Corvette began in 2007, with a goal of reshaping its image from being perceived as an old man's toy. A GM study showed that 46% of Corvette buyers were 55 or older, compared to just 22% for the Audi R8 and 30% for the Porsche 911. Chevy's marketing chief acknowledged the Corvette's reputation as the car of the successful plumber, emphasizing the need for a fresh approach. Originally slated for the 2011 model year, the C7's launch was delayed until 2014 to incorporate features appealing to younger buyers. Although mid-engine layouts were considered, the Corvette retained its front-engine, rear-wheel drive configuration to control production costs. Promotional strategies included featuring a camouflage C7 in Gran Turismo 5 and showcasing the C7 as the pace car for the 2013 Indianapolis 500, marking the Corvette's 12th appearance in that role. The C7 introduced the ZR1 variant, boasting an impressive 755 horsepower. It received praise for its blend of speed, handling, and modern design, enhancing the Corvette's reputation. The final C7, a black Z06, was auctioned for $2.7 million at the Barrett-Jackson Northeast Auction in 2019, with proceeds benefiting the Stephen Sillard Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The 2020 Corvette C8 introduced a rear mid-engine layout, making it the first Corvette with this configuration and GM's first since the 1984 Pontiac Fiero. The base Stingray coupe debuted on July 18, 2019 in 3 launch colors: red with the Z51 package, white, and blue. This generation marks the first Corvette offered without a traditional manual transmission since all 1982 models came equipped with a 4-speed automatic with overdrive, and its convertible model is the first Corvette to feature a retractable hardtop. In January 2020, a C8 Corvette sold at the Barrett-Jackson auction for $3 million, around $3.48 million in 2023, becoming that week's highest-priced charity vehicle. In this generation, Chevrolet embraced electric technology with the unveiling of the Corvette C8 E-Ray on January 17, 2023 as a 2024 model. This is the first production Corvette to incorporate front-wheel drive electric motor components. Its hybrid powertrain delivers a combined 655 horsepower, 488 kilowatts from a 6.2-liter LT2 V8 engine, paired with an electric motor driving the front wheels. The E-Ray starts at over $122,000 before options. As the Corvette continues to evolve, we can't help but see exciting developments. With current models being hybrid, what do you think future advancements would mean to the Corvette? Let's know your opinion.